still nice and supple and able to fold himself onto that Yamaha.
Absolutely. We've got the 30-second warning before the formation lap. This is going to be a 10-lap race once again. It's a 3.62 kilometer circuit. It's nice and bright out there at the moment as we get underway. One of the Team One for All guys was a little bit slow. I think it was Bitapong slow. Lucky everybody is taking it nice and easy in these early stages. And let's go through the 20 starters in the position that they will be on the grid. And row number 1, Uezo for Team One for All on pole. Ahead of it is Zaidi, alongside Hafid from Indonesia in P3.
And leading the second row, Afif Amram, who had that hard crash yesterday in qualifying. He's next to Pirapong Peng and Avisa Rofa next to him.
The veteran Ahmed Fazli Sham, number 46, alongside Wayu Aji Trilaksana down in P8, and Shafiq Grozli. Look out for Shafiq, he's well capable of coming up through the pack to picking up wins in P9.
And another capable rider, I think in P10, Mirabil Vitoni. Gupita Krishna, double champion in 11th position, and 12th, the fastest of the Filipinos, John Emerson Inguito.
We saw Jordan Badaru, who started the season well, the youngster in P13, the Indonesian. He's alongside Nazrul Izzat from Malaysia, and Giancarlo Maurizio, the second of the Filipino racers, who's on P15 of the grid.
And in 16th, we've got Ayman Tairudin, the second of the Cardinals Racing riders, and then the two Vietnamese, Nguyen Duc Tan and Nguyen An Tan, in 17th and 18th.
Looking to improve on their season's best performance, April King Moscato, who was imperious in the Philippine Championship last season, has found it a little bit more difficult on the ARRC, and he's alongside Dimas Juli Atmoko. Dimas Juli is another who started the season well. He picked up 2 fourth places in round 1 in Buriram, but has not been able to capitalise on that ever since. But Team One for All look to be the team to look out for, Barry Russell.
Yes, they do. They've got 2 riders quite close to the front, but we do know, Des, that when the red light goes out, a rider could come from the 4th or 5th row.
And that chicane, I predict mayhem. If not on lap 1, almost guaranteed by lap 10.
They'll go through there carefully on lap 1. I predict lap 10. Who knows what could happen?
You need a prediction on Underbow.
That's the only one I'm going to make, Des.
So Uma Racing, Yamaha, their distinctive purple and black. So first, they'll have a bit of a wait, I think, will Uezo.
It's interesting how riders approach this. Some of the pole position sitters commonly, I think, hang back so that they can join later, but he will need to sit there for a minute or so.
Yeah, that's going to be a long old wait for him, isn't it? Yeah. Play on the gate. He's looking back anxiously, and nobody's in a hurry to help him on that front row of the grid.
No. No, if you're going to pull alongside him, you'll probably see what's happened ahead of you and take your time.
We've got an onboard camera with Gupita Krishna, who is down in 11th place, but we know not to write off Gupita. We're in race number 5 of 10 of the season. Okay, we are just about ready. Look to the top left of your screen. 10 laps in the Underbone 150. Those red lights are out. We are underway on board Gupita Krishna. There you can see the chaos that they sometimes have to deal with, but everyone has gone away nice and carefully. Uezo, though, has been swallowed up by the pack, and it is Zaidi is the man who leads going into the first corner. They sweep down the hill. The easy-to-see Uezo then tries to make his way into the front, and he successfully does.
Yeah, that was a very brief moment behind Izzat Zaidi, but very early days. Uezo looking to make his mark. He's gapped a little bit. I don't think the following peloton's going to take that lying down.
No, they're not, but he certainly seems to have the line quite well. Ahmed Afif Amran is trying to make a move from P4 into P3. Tahirudin a little bit further down, but Uezo has got off to a flying start. He was a full second clear of everybody else, though. It was, well, 0.87 seconds clear, exaggerating massively. So he certainly knows his way around that circuit. It's just if the others can keep up with him in the early stages, Barry.
Yep, and I think they will. Izzat Zaidi, quality rider, just taking a slightly different line to Uezo around that previous turn.
Visa Rofa's got up into a challenging position as well. The green liveries of the one XOX team.
Yeah, all three of those 1XOX team riders are in contact with the front group. I think the third of them actually is Wayuaji.
What I'm interested to see, well, I'm interested to see them all as you say, they ease themselves around the chicane first time round. Peter Kreshner again just shows us how chaotic it can be, and then they come up the hill, over the brow of the hill, and that will be the end of lap number 1. It is a short but chaotic first lap in which Uezo, who started at the front, lost it very temporarily. He has the lead from Izzat Zaidi. Ahmed Fazli Sham up there, Pirapong, Ahmed Afif Amran, Hafiz Arofa, and Hafid in P7 with Ayuaji Trilaxana down in P8, but very, very tight.
And interesting that Uezo managed to hold that lead from the chicane exit to the finish line. I have my doubts whether that would happen if you come out of the chicane on the final lap, but let's see. That was an interesting dry run.
Well, once again, he's been swallowed up, and the veteran Ahmed Fazli Sham is the man who is leading the way, or was leading the way. We looked away for a second, and of course, he's swallowed up and moves back down to P4. Ahmed Afif Amran going ahead of him into P3, and that is Pirapong just behind them. The team, one for all, easy to pick out on the orange front of their bike. They're in P2 and P5.
Fazli Sham still staying in there, and nicely positioned also Hafiz Arofa and Wayuaji Trilaxana for
Ahmed Afif Amran, the latest to take the lead. He's the 4th man we've had in the lead already. We're only on lap 2 of 10. There's 2 groups though. We've got a group of, a group of 10, and then a problem beyond them, and there's a bit of a gap. I'm trying to work out who's in that group from Murrayville downwards. They're losing touch with the leading 10.
Yeah, the front group nicely packed with...
Make it 12. John Emerson and Inguito, the last of them. It's Wazy now in P5 though. There's the procession up the hill. You can imagine as they go over the brow of the hill, it's a sprint to the line. Ahmed Afif Amran was leading the way, and now he's then just swallowed up as they come through. There are 8 laps to go. Ahmed Fazli Sham is the man who has the lead. Izzat Zaidi in P2. Ahmed Afif Amran still there in P3. Look out for Afif. He's really is learning his trade.
Yes, he is. And Uezo now down to about 6th place. Well, last time he was on the screen anyway, he was in 6th.
We saw this with Uezo as well in Burram, if you remember. He was outstanding in qualification. Had at one stage seemed to have a big lead, and then got swallowed up by the rest of the pack. So he'll be hoping that history doesn't repeat itself here.
And hey, presto, where is he? He's still in the same position. And a little gap there.
There is. The front 4 are pulling away. Pirapong Luboypeng, the other Team One for All racer, he's got himself up into that leading group. Ahmed Afif Amran, bike number 50. He's in the lead. Pirapong tries to look through.
Yeah, Afif Amran looking really good for my money so far in this race. Looking nice and cool.
As we say, it can get so chaotic. Izzat Zaidi has been with the leading group right the way through. Ahmed Fazli Sham is also keeping his position in the front 3. And these 3 Malaysians are just beginning to pull away a little bit from Pirapong Luboypeng. Further down, Gupita Kreshner. Gupita is down in P12, so he's at the very tail of the second group of racers, where you can see he's on the tail there of Uezo.
Yeah, it's always hard to tell which Gupita is going to show up, and that's an unusual thing to say about a 2-times champion.
Ahmed Afif Amran led up the hill, and once again finds that lead evaporating as they come over the brow of the hill. They just slingshot off him. And that race to the line at the end of lap number 10 is going to really, really be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so Pirapong is the one to hit the front now as they swing into the first of the left-handers.
Izzat Zaidi following him. He's been pretty astute so far, Izzat Zaidi. He had a win in race number 1 of the season, the Pitbike JRT one-way racer.
Yeah, he is a really good racer, is that. We've seen this so many times, and the 1XOX bikes, they are running 3 in line at the moment.
Triumvirate of 1XOX. And there was a danger that this was going to be 2 groups, but they're pulling together a little bit now, and so Yeah, we're going to get typical underbone finale here, where coming into the final lap, we're going to have a riot of colour, and may the bravest man win.
Yeah, you're going to have to be smart as well. Wayuaji is keen to get onto the back of this group. So one of the riders behind was making some adjustments to his bike, I saw, which is an interesting thing to do when you're racing in a group of 12 bikes.
Ahmed Afif Amran still leads from Izzat Zaidi, still ahead of Ahmed Fazli Sham. This chicane, everybody being very respectable just at the moment.
Yeah, Wayuaji exited 5th there, sorry Dave.
So Pirapong moves up into P3. Once again, Ahmed Afif Amran has been leading each time. Peter Krejna seems to be trailing Uwezo. And that's interesting. You get the pull up the slope, and Peter Krejna is able to capitalise on that and go past Uwezo. That's in the second group of races there. 6 laps to go, 4 laps completed. So we're approaching midway through.
I think that group of 3 might bunch up with the riders in front, but there you see Izzat Zaidi taking the lead from Ahmed Afif Amran. Yeah.
They race so often together on the Capri circuits. In fact, they were racing just last week, but it was nothing like this circuit here. It's Sepang last week. Here it's Sugo. And all the elevations, it must take a toll on you physically, because you're constantly working against the bike. Even the light underbone bikes, you're constantly working against them.
Yeah, and that's can't quite see the numbers. That's Hafisa Rofa and Wayuaji just trailing those front 2.
If I right, Hafisa Rofa and the 3 in green make an ominous move ahead of Pirapong Luboinpeng. Also in there, Gupita and Uwezo. Are they in that group, or are they just behind? Earlier on, no, they've just been dropped a little bit away to, and Gupita Krejna.
Yeah, after that really good start, Uwezo needs to do something, because he's not in touch with his group. His teammate, however, is exiting that chicane in 6th or 7th.
Fastest lap of the race just been set by Murabo Vitoni at 1:46.666. As he comes up the hill, he's in P11, so we'll need a few more of them. He can make up half a second a lap over the next couple of laps, then he can get back in contention. But it's Ahmed Fazli Sham who leads over the line. Fazli Sham and Izzat Zaidi, Afif Amran, Wayuaji Trilaxana, you mentioned Hafisa Rofa. John Emerson has made his way through there as well. We've not mentioned the Filipino, John Emerson Inguito, but he's got himself up into the top 6 at the midway point.
He's been consistently the fastest of the Filipino riders here. He was in the press conference on Thursday too, and acquitted himself pretty well, but I'm not so surprised to see him up here. The mystery from the Filipino point of view is what's happened to April King Moscada.
Indeed, standout. Top in underbone domestically. Peter Krejna still hanging in at the tail end. He's P8 at the moment. What is the gap? But it's so close, down to P9. Well, Pirapong 8/10 down. Gupita and Uwezo, they need to make a move, you think, otherwise 8 and 9 could be isolated. This is the battle for P1. Ahmed Afif Amran is chasing. Which of the 1XOX races is that? It's not Ahmed Fazli Sham.
That's the evergreen Fazli Sham, I think it is.
It is indeed.
Yeah.
Fazli Sham has the lead. Little buzz as it goes past us in the commentary box. You can hear those little engines working to the absolute maximum. Ahmed Fazli Sham takes a nice tight line, but Ahmed Afif Amran, again, he's dead keen to take the lead going up the hill, Ahmed Afif Amran, but each time he just gets swallowed up by the pack behind him. Can he hold on to it? Cardinals Racing looking on.
Because they have got some way, even after they crest the hill, they have got a little way to jockey to the line.
And Afif is just overtaken, not by 1 or 2, but by 4. As John Emerson Inguito is still in there. Gupita Krejna's got himself now up into P6. And that is the back wheel of Ahmed Afif Amran. Gupita Krejna is there. He's a wily old character, Gupita. There's a reason why you're champion in this sport.
That is absolutely right. it's not all about qualifying, as we see every time, and this is classic Underburn. The circuit's very different, but we're seeing a classic kind of race form, which we love.
Ahmed Fazli still leads the way. Is Zaidi in that group? Wayo Aji Trilaksana also in there. We keep on going to the fuzziness of Gupita Krishna. Oh, is that Ahmed Afif?
It is.
It is Ahmed Afif. Amran is out. Oh, that is a real shame. No, it's not. It's Tahiruddin, Ayman Tahiruddin. Because there is Afif, the distinctive lime green wheels.
Yeah, we saw the number 5, but there was another 5 next to it, not the 50. So he's still very much in the hunt.
Ahmed Fazli Sham leads the way. Izzat Zaidi, the reprieved Ahmed Afif Amran in P3. Those three have been right at the very front for most of this race. Ahmed Afif takes an unusual route through the chicane, but it's an effective one again. He's looking, this time he's looking for a toe. I wonder if this time he wants the slingshot himself.
Yeah, he went outside to inside to outside again. I think that might have been a rehearsal.
Tahiruddin looks a little bit disconsolate, but he'll have fingers crossed that his teammate will be able to do something, but his teammate wasn't able to slingshot through. Ahmed Fazli Sham, the wily old character, he's leading with 3 laps to go. Izzat Zaidi then takes him. Gupita Krishna in P4. Wayo Aji Trilaksana still suddenly come into the race. So this is building up very nicely, Barry Russell.
Yeah, a little bit of a Wayo and Afif.
They speed up the hill. Just got to make sure everything is right. Izzat Zaidi is in there, but look at that. Gupita Krishna, bike number 23, got himself into P3.
Yeah, he's been looking happy this weekend. His times have been a little bit up and down, but he's in good spirits, Gupita. And right behind him, he's got fellow Indonesian champion Wayo Aji.
Gupita Krishna, number 23 in P3. Izzat Zaidi ahead of him. Ahmed Afif Amran is the man who is in the lead. Looking good, Ahmed Afif Amran, the Malaysian.
Yeah, let's see if he goes into the chicane first this time around, which line he takes, because that was a really interesting one last time.
The Cardinals racing team will definitely have thought this through. We've had enough time now. He's got a hefty lead this time, Ahmed Afif, so he's not giving a toe. Izzat Zaidi is there. Is he trying to make a run for it? Surely not on this circuit, not with these hills, because you just get swallowed up. And look at that, there they go. They're closing, going in on him.
Yeah.
So that rehearsal didn't work either.
No, and you can just imagine, can't you, the feeling of getting that 150cc to haul you up that hill, throttle flat open, the sound of 10 bikes right behind you. It's going to be very frustrating.
John Emerson Inguito, don't count him out. Don't count out Pitapong Boonled. We've got 2 laps to go. This is in that category of too close to call. So many are putting themselves in a position where they might win it. And that's the really good thing. We've seen the likes of Gupita and Wayo Aji just work their way into this leading pack of 8, 9 racers. Hafiza Rofa out of it, Murabil out of it.
Yeah, Fazli at the front, Wayo in P4.
Ahmed Fazli Sham, trapped by Izzat Zaidi. Coming down what seems to be a number of hills on this circuit. Now then, big move. Look at this, 27. Shafiq Rosli suddenly got into the leading group. Trapped by Izzat Zaidi. Coming down what seems to be a number of hills on this circuit. Now then, big move. Look at this, 27. Shafiq Rosli suddenly got into the leading group. Inside 1 second from P1 down to P8. It is going to be the shootout that we anticipated and hoped for coming into the final lap. Ahmed Fazli Sham is the man who leads. Wayo Aji Trilaksana looks to get into P2. Izzat Zaidi closes him down, and Izzat closes that door very nicely. Now it's getting bunched up in that chicane. This is where the contact will be expected.
Yeah, Wayo Aji, I think he had contact on both sides as he went through there. That was tough.
So this is the final chance for rehearsal, chaps, because next time you are approaching the finishing line for good. Ahmed Fazli Sham, he might think that he's just got enough, but you saw there that Izzat Zaidi was closing him down. Izzat Zaidi at times who took the lead. Ahmed Fazli Sham behind him. Wayu Ajitrilaksana for the 1XOX TKR racing team. 2 of the top 3 in that group. Pirapong Luboingpeng, he's down in 4. 5 is Ahmed Afif Amran. We've got 3 kilometers to race, and this certainly is as open as we hope for.
It is. You can take underbones anywhere and get fantastic racing. They've been to Australia, now they've been to this brand new circuit to them in Sugo.
Have a look at this. In front is Ahmed Fazli Sham. Wayu Ajitrilaksana is the second of the green clad. Ahmed Afif Amran trying to work himself as they come down the back straight. This will be the test. Get yourself into a good position coming into the final corner and then into the chicane and then up the hill. Izzat Zaidi is just easing Ahmed Fazli Sham out. Fazli though, he holds on to that line. Ahmed Fazli Sham with Ahmed Afif Amran going around the outside. This is the right-hander as they come through. Fabulous racing from the Underbone contingent.
And look who it is at the front now.
Ahmed Fazli Sham still leading. Oh, sorry, Wayu Ajitrilaksana, my apologies. No wonder you gave me a stare there. Wayu Ajitrilaksana as they come into the chicane. Ahmed Afif Amran tries to go on the inside. Wayu Aji, now then he's got a bit of a lead. Wayu Ajitrilaksana hasn't been in the lead before now. He's got a healthy lead coming up the hill. And Wayu Ajitrilaksana, the championship leader, looks like he's going to take a victory. Comes over the brow of the hill and Wayu Ajitrilaksana takes the victory. From Pirapong and Inguito, Ahmed Fazli Sham, Hafiza Rofa, Afif Amran in P6, Gupita Kreshna in 7, Izzat Zaidi 8, but wow, what a final lap from Wayu Ajitrilaksana.
Quality, what a move that was. You wouldn't have thought it was possible. Look how pumped he is. You might well beat your chest. You deserve that. That's his first win of the season. He's had 2 seconds already, but what a fantastic result. Pirapong Luboingpeng led the rest of them, and as you said, Des, John Emerson and Inguito came through well. Fazli Sham ended up 4th.
So there's a final result under investigation. The photo finish can't be for P1 because Wayu Aji was so...
What's up mga tropa peeps?